Hello, welcome everyone. This is Sado here, and I'd like to show you this game that everyone was waiting for. 6 vs 6 on the beta version of Knights and Merchants remake. It will surely be an interesting one because we've got sorry, we've got to silence the phone probably. Anyway, a second. Really, come on. Turn off. Right. About that. Anyway, we've got two teams here. If I know correctly, I'm definitely correct about the Polish guys. Not sure about the Netherlands team, the Dutch team, but these are guys from some Discord communities who play together, a couple of friends, and they decided to have a friendly skirmish between these Polish and Dutch guys. So this is quite exciting. I'm pretty sure most of people here are unfamiliar for us, except for Kamil maybe, because I think we already saw him in the tournament. I'm not sure if I was streaming his game or was it Toby, but we definitely showed that one. And what's also exciting about this game is that we've got 12 players in this game, and we're playing on beta, which will also allow us to see some statistics during the game. So that's pretty nice for streaming as well. It's pretty possible that the skill level in this game will be a bit lower than the usual in TeamSpeak games, which is actually quite nice because it's, at least in my opinion, it's more interesting to show less skilled players. Most of people here are pretty new to this game, which is the reason of that skill difference. And I have completely no idea how the Dutch guys are playing. The only guy I know here is probably Zamut, and I only know him from name. I have no idea how good is he, so it's a bit unclear to me. Okay, everyone is almost ready, so we're going to have this started soon. Waiting for one guy only. So I'll take a sip. Well, I still can. As you may have noticed, I changed my setup a bit with a little Knights and Merchants World themed menu theme for the remake. There we go. So as you can see, this map, it's called Wild Grasslands, and it seems like someone clicked on the chat. Yeah, there's a little bug in the beta. Okay. There's the issue that when you click here, and that's the last thing you do in the lobby, then you will get kicked out. It's already fixed, but we need to have a new beta version to fix that. But anyway, it's not a big deal. Hello to everyone. I see. Okay, this will be challenging to read. Yoltis less challenging, but Charash, Blindy, Wasp, and also Harry and Guide Reigns, some of the usual suspects here. So yeah, actually we're playing on my own map called White Grasslands. It's a map I had a bit of a problem to accustom to this game. Okay, it seems like we have some technical problems at start. Interesting. Okay. In that case, the only attraction so far will be listening to me getting a snack. Mm, okay. Definitely an interesting beginning. Curious thing is that he was kicked out a bit later, and so it's probably a connection problem this time. Let me see. He doesn't seem to be here on the. Hopefully, other 60 tries. Ah, but it's interesting. I mean, we I never really had any problems recently on beta playing a 12-player game, but I think these Dutch guys said something before, mentioning that there might be some problems with this, mm, which is interesting. Okay, we've got some. Hmm, I'll check the stream on YouTube, but I don't know what's it about. Uh, I can't really see anything indicating a problem, but maybe on Twitch it doesn't work because there's like 0 viewers there. But it seems to work. Mm. Okay, there's 8 viewers, it just doesn't show it properly. Okay, it's 8, yeah. Yeah, so it seems to work for me. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Seems fine. Oh, sorry, so we just continue. Okay. Uh, mm. Okay, seems like Yoti is back. Sorry for this little long introduction. Hopefully we'll start pretty soon again. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully with no problems this time. Okay, it takes its sweet time to load, but this is interesting. Oh, really? Okay, definitely not an exciting beginning. Fortunately, it's out of my power to do anything here. Yeah, I was about to suggest just that. Yeah, so seems like we'll have a replacement. Hmm. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that's one of the problems I imagine might happen with 12-player games in the next version, because with so many players, there's a way bigger chance for one of them to have some problems. So good organization would be a pretty good thing. Yeah, won't bother. Hmm. Okay. I'll probably have a hard time deciding how to pronounce the Polish names. Maybe I'll just pronounce them in the Polish way. Ah, hello. If you're really an admin of this server, then I believe that there are problems, but related to the players. Seems like the game finally started, so I wouldn't worry too much, at least for now. It's hard to say because it just started. But anyway, when we finally started, hopefully without any further interruptions, as I mentioned before, we're playing on White Glasslands map. I'm the author of this map, for better or worse. The history, how it happened to look like this, is that it was 8-player map at start, but I really screwed up the size of it. It was way too big, and just didn't feel right. And then I had this brilliant idea that we will definitely need a lot of 12-player maps in the future, and obviously, since there's not so many of them, it's pretty possible that if I make a 12-player map, then it will instantly become one of most played ones for 12 players, because there's barely any other maps. So in this clever way, I decided to remake this map for 12 players from 8 to 12, and that's how it looks now. I still think it's not 100% as good as it could be. I have some concerns, for example, about this location, because the location that Fetnu is playing on is pretty easy to be invaded. I would have to see a couple more games here to decide if it works or not, but you know, it's not so often that we have a game with 12 players in beta. I guess we need to wait until a bit more official testing release, where there will be a lot more players, and we'll have more 12-player games that we can see, and then maybe I can make some balance changes if needed. But I'm pretty much satisfied with the way the map looks. It's not that bad, I think. For my standards, it's pretty good, probably. Of course, there are better looking maps out there for sure, but it's just fine, I guess. Yeah, the teams we're having today, we've got 6 players per each team, and yeah, hello, Knights Japan. Or however I pronounce it. Yeah. Anyway, we've got maybe starting with the Polish team. We've got Fetnu, Ciara, Kamil, Bloody, Shetela, and Osemir. While on the top we've got the Dutch team with Zamut, Wopa, Egbert, Zippy, and Abubakar. And D-Day. Yeah, so many players here. So yeah, like I mentioned before, we're playing on beta version of Knights Merchants Remake. So we've got a couple nice new features. We can have a live preview of what kind of resources everyone has. I suppose this is the storehouse stuff, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's like resources overall. Some of the categories are not useful yet because it's way too early to produce any weapons. But as you can see, we can take a look at really a lot of statistics at the same time, which is pretty handy for hello, Kamrat. It's pretty handy for trying to figure out how many weapons, for example, everyone made, and how much of a threat his army will be after peacetime. For example, looking here, we can also take a look at all the gold amounts in all the storehouses, and we can decide. Sorry, I'm still not sure if it's storehouses actually. Let's try to figure it out. Yeah, it's seems to be resources overall, because as you can see, Kamil has one tree trunk here on the list, and it's actually in the woodcutter and not in the storehouse. So it means the entirety of the resources in the base. Yo Thunder, usual suspect, number one. Always watching the streams. Nope, it's not a co-op name, not a co-op game, although I have a plan to show some in the future with some good players perhaps, but not today. Today we've got a 6 vs 6 game on beta, so it should be massive. With mainly unknown players for most of you, but I'm pretty sure this can only be good. We'll see some fresh playstyles. Hopefully some good ones. So Still a bit too early to judge what happens here. On the front lines, we've got Fetnu on the most, in my opinion, the most vulnerable lock. You can't really make many towers here because of the location of the cutters, so it's a bit tricky. And the iron is in a spot which makes it a bit harder to defend. Of course, if you can make some towers here, it could be nice, but it depends on how the player, if the player is fast enough to do this. I think this is the main front line here. Some fights also happen somewhere here, usually, I think. This is less. This is a front with less players on the bottom, so it's pretty possible that Shatela and Osemir will be attacked or be attacking here on their far right side. And in the other team, I think it's a bit easier to defend for D-Day compared to Fetnu. So this is one thing I should probably fix in the future on this map. Just look at this. I mean, it all depends if the army and towers are here, I think. So we'll see if it's possible to make the towers for this guy. Of course, we can still access the base through here. It's quite hard to block this off. But then you're kind of caught from all the sides as Fetnu can station his troops here, for example. So with a good defense, it can be a nice lock for defending. Here it's a bit harder, I think. If I was the bottom team, I would probably attack from there and like here. But probably the towers will be here, so maybe attacking here could also be an option. Obviously, some help can go from this lock. But you know, it's also a pretty nice thing to shoot the coal mines, and it's pretty much impossible to defend them unless you outpush the enemy outside of these mountains. So there are some chances to attack this lock, but definitely it seems to be harder than attacking the bottom team on the left side. I might need to think about maybe opening up this area to make it possible to make some towers. Although I really like the setup here because it invites players to attack through here, but on the other hand, it's pretty bad for the attacker because he can be surrounded from every side. Even if with such a small entrance. Yeah, I think this lock actually has a pretty nice entrance. I'd rather try to move this kind of thing to the right side and do something similar here. I will have to think about it a bit because what we have right now is probably a bit not right. Anyway, I think might be a good time to take a look at how the teams are doing. We can see it's hard to read from these, to be honest, for now, but we could try to count the buildings. It really begs for an extra category here, like overall or something like this, to be able to see how many buildings someone has. But actually, we have an option to do this because we can see the endgame statistics kind of star screen as well. We can even group it by teams. This is pretty awesome. Yeah, we'll see how it works today. If the Polish team will prevail. My heart is with them, obviously. Although, as a professional streamer, at least I aspire to be one. Maybe I'm not. I have to stay professional and try not to talk too good about them, you know. But yeah. Where are they playing this map? Players also unknown. I mean, the map is called White Grasslands. It's for 12 players, and you can see definitely a lot of unknown players. The Polish guys are from their own Discord community. There's a lot of Polish players there already, and the number keeps growing. Actually, I could post an invite to everyone interested. Maybe I'll do it a bit later to make it possible for the interested Polish people to join there. I have no idea how these Dutch guys know each other, but they are probably in a similar situation, a group of friends. I think there's way more than 6 of them as well, so they are likely on some Discord community as well. And if by asking where are they playing this map, you mean that you can't see the lobby on the list, it's because we're playing on the Knights and Merchants Remake testing version, which can be downloaded on the official Discord. You can see the link here on the top of my screen. This is a link to the official Knights and Merchants Remake Discord channel, where I'd like to invite you. We've got a lot of discussions about Knights and Merchants, and also how the game will look like later, about the development. You can also download the beta version, like I just said, from here. And the second place with our community is KaMTS.eu. This is a TeamSpeak server with the best players. A bit less inclusive, I'd say, but you can always come and say hi to us if you wish so. But anyway, going back to what happens here. Got quite a lot of interesting styles for the bases. I can see Bloody. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. He's separated his woodcutters on the bottom. Probably will cut down this one. Yeah, definitely cutting this one down. Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. Yeah, you can see there's some planning in this base, and it looks more or less Zane right now. The only little thing I'd probably do a bit different. Well, I'm not sure about this gold mine. I mean, it's definitely easier to go like this from these woodcutters. But you're supposed to make the gold smelters need the coal, so it probably would pay off to go there anyway, to the right side, but it will definitely take a lot of more time. Yeah, it's actually a good decision after thinking about this for a while. Yeah, so I have no questions about what Blood is doing. Let's take a look at Kamil. He's supposed to be the best of this group. He played in the tournament that we organized a while ago, and he's definitely one of the guys that know how to build this game. Although you can see that his roadwork right now is not working as well as it should be. I think I saw it before on his basis that he has a slight preference to making really long roads. I don't know if this is a good idea. Maybe it's better to do something like... I mean, he's definitely trying to rush this and this and this at the same time. So that's why he's doing it. But the farms here are probably not the best, not the best spot. You know, I'd rather make them here and leave one area for the sawmills and buildings like this, to make them in the line and to make a road on the left and the right of them. Because you can see there's gonna be a lot of movement here, especially here. So he will definitely need a shortcut. He will be able to make one here, but it's not going to be possible to make one there, and it will be badly needed, as you probably see in the later game. Let's take a look at Zamut, because that's the only guy I know from the top, so I'm assuming he might be the best, but this is a really big assumption. You can see this base is a bit more compact. It might be because of the location, so I won't judge it too much. You can see him going for the iron slightly late, I'd say. Yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe not too late, actually. I mean, the fact that some players already have it... Actually, in case of Kamil, there's already a lot of buildings built, so it looks pretty nice for him. So this might be a bit late. He seems to be prioritizing his gold first. So maybe there's gonna be some kind of town hall tactic here. To those that don't know, on beta the town hall building is available, so you are able to make barbarians for the gold. You'll see that later on. Anyway, looking at Woppa, the base is a bit spread all over here. I'm not sure I like it. You can see there's gonna be a lot of movement that serfs have to do. The base looks a bit like a spider, as we used to say. You can see the roads are really long. I don't think this is the best idea. I think he should try to focus his first building somewhere here, or maybe here, and then expand towards the top, the bottom, you know. So that's the way how he should be doing this, I guess. Slightly better in Egbert's case, although you can also see a similar problem here. The farms are all over the place, and he doesn't have a central core to the base, you know. So the serfs will have to gather. The serfs will have to walk through a lot of roads, because if you make the farms, for example, in the middle of your base, then this area will not have any buildings, and it will make your base automatically a bit bigger, you know. So it's better to put all the buildings in one spot and put the farms and the woodcutters on the outside of the base. Actually, yeah, let's take a look at Zeppi and then go to the bottom team. These farms, not the worst idea, although as you can see, he'll be able to make a shortcut here, but I'd still say it's slightly better than the other bases, because he's kind of trying to build in one spot, but he definitely had to go here for the woodcutters and gold mines. So this is not a mistake. I'm wondering about the farms. Maybe it would be better to build them a bit different, but I'm not sure if it's a big deal. He really needs this shortcut here, but the amount of movement here is big because the Serbs have a lot of stone to bring here, so there was a bit of traffic jam, but it's temporary. It's not a mistake from the player, I think. Kushao Zeppi said his woodcut rally points. Did he? Actually? Doesn't seem like he did at all. He might not know about this feature. Could be useful here. I mean, to do it on the right side, so they have a bit more space, especially for this woodcutter. Anyway, yeah, that's the moment. I should take a look at Chara. Yeah, similar problem to the others here. Seems like his base is a bit spread unnecessarily. I'd rather probably build in a bit different way. But we'll see what's the result later on, I guess. Yeah, this is a bit of an extreme example, actually. You can see that his buildings here are really far away. Of course, they have to be here, but not sure about the rest. It's a bit tricky, because you can see that this lock is quite big, and you have to cover a lot of distance, but I would still do it in a bit different way. For example, let me think a bit. Yeah, there's probably not much wrong with the qualities, because he could make them there, but it wouldn't change much. I gotta say, this is a bit of a hard rock. I really don't know myself how to plan for this one. I would probably try with the farm somewhere here. Something like this, but it's kinda tricky. I really don't know. Maybe a brute force approach will work here, making a lot of builders. He has 24, so this seems to be kind of what he's doing. Not sure if he's gonna have enough gold for this, but I guess we'll see. I'm a bit worried about this base because it's pretty big, but I guess we'll see in a while. Another person that we didn't look into his base yet is Shatella. Going for the iron right now. It's pretty far away, so it's a bit late. But as it's so far, it's quite expected on this log. But I think otherwise, seems like some good planning here. I would probably do similar stuff. Maybe I could. I mean, yeah, it's hard to try with the farms here because, as you can see, there's no farmland on the left side, and the right side is probably a good spot for the woodcutters. So it's yeah, not too bad planning. Although I have a feeling it could be done a bit better, but hmm, maybe these two buildings could go like to the bottom, and already trying to set up a second road on the left side would be nice. This is actually a mistake. You can see this metallurgist building is doesn't have a possibility to place a road here on the left side. Would be also a pretty nice idea to make it possible. Especially that the school is on the right side here, so it's pretty likely that there's gonna be a traffic jam pretty soon here. Actually, I think I might have played this exact location not so long time ago. I was replacing one of the players there. I don't remember. It was someone from the Polish team, but I forgot the nickname. And I had exactly that problem that in 25th minute when I replaced that base, I had this building here. It was also a gold smelter, so maybe it was the same player even, but I don't remember who I was replacing. And there was a bit of a problem with the traffic jams. So yeah, I definitely plan a bit different way here. But otherwise, doesn't seem that bad. So I guess we'll see. The last guy on the bottom team that we still didn't cover is Osemir, and you can see this base is really badly spread. I don't think I like it. But on the other hand, the location is so freaking huge that I don't exactly know how to do it better. Perhaps try to go with a straight line here, make the farm somewhere along the way. Like, definitely roads like this are a bit unnecessary. Yeah, I'd do something like this. Not sure if it would make a big difference, but right now you can see they're going quite a long way with the resources. So I'd probably do it a bit different way. And, try to move every single building a bit closer to the iron and gold here, a bit closer here. So, it looks a bit different. Okay, this is probably a good time to see Abu Bakr's base. Yeah, this one seems definitely really compact. You can see, that's what I'm talking about. It's like he makes the double road, I mean the second road on the left side here, and it will be a great help for the movement in his base here. He also makes this little piece of land for second shortcut later on. Yeah, you can see this is what I call good planning. I can see a lot of nice things in this base, and it's not going to come to me as a surprise if his base will be pretty good. Although I can see maybe a little problem with wood. Nah, that's impossible. Maybe it's temporary because you can see that he definitely has enough sawmills and woodcutters. And they are cutting, so I don't really understand why he's lacking these. Perhaps something regarding number of serfs, but I don't know. There's enough gold. I don't really understand. Maybe he wasn't making enough. Strange. Anyway, let's take a look at the last player of the list, D-Day. We've got D-Day here, and looks like he's going for some pikes and crossbows, and yeah, this base is pretty spread out, as you can see. He might have a bit of a traffic jam issue near the storehouse. Maybe a shortcut here could save the situation a bit, but sorry. I would probably not place the farms like this. It's kind of tricky because you you definitely have to plan for the buildings here, and like the middle of the city needs to be there. But then the farms have to go somewhere, and you don't have enough space. Or maybe you have. Yeah, if I were himself, I'd probably try to take away all these buildings somewhere here and make the farms there instead. It should have been possible. And then you can move all the buildings to the left side here, which would really play well with these buildings. Yeah, something like this could probably work. Would also move away. Yeah, like I said, this is pretty horrible road here. There's no shortcut to the right, to the left side, which will be sure way to make some traffic jams here. Okay, so we covered everyone for now, and it took a long time because there's so many players. So maybe let's try to see the statistics now. Zamut has the pink color, so it seems like Team 1 is the top team with the Dutch players. And you can see that currently it seems like they have slight advantage, but I think it may yet change a bit. So far, we could say that Kamil, Shatela, D-Day, Ciara, Wopa and Zamut seem to be the best players when it comes to the weapon production. And regarding economy, it's hard to say. Would be nice to see by the way, if Ray is listening, maybe it's a nice idea for the future to see how many serves a player has, because citizen count is not the best metric for how the base is working, because there could be smaller and bigger bases, you know. Serves give us a bit better idea, then we could check, for example, if someone has a big or small base and what kind of build he's going for. Anyway, as we can see by teams, yeah, it seems like the Team 2 started doing their stuff a bit later than Team 1, and right now the tempo is quite similar. I don't think we can say that Team 2 will overtake them soon, but it's not out of the question. Right now it seems there's quite some difference here. However, you can see that Team 2 at least it looks that way, that they seem to have a bit better food production already, which is pretty interesting. Anyway, yeah, let's take a look at these stats. Maybe we can try to figure out something interesting from here. Seems like Bloody and Egbert have the best iron production so far, if I can believe this. Although you can see that some of the players also have a lot of iron ore produced. So it's probably maybe it would be better to okay, maybe we're going to just take a look here. Maybe by team. It seems like iron ore amount is pretty similar for both teams. And doesn't seem like this is going to change soon. The skins amount, I'd say it's similar. But the horses are better for the bottom team? No, it's exactly the same right now. Okay. Can we see something else? Oh, interesting. Seems like Team 1 doesn't really produce any leather. So Team 2 is definitely faster with the buildings. At least some players are. Okay, Shatella and... yeah, maybe it's a bit too early to judge that, because only 2 players are producing leather. Some others just started. But the gold amount chart might be also interesting. Yeah, the top team is definitely having more of this. Let's try to take a look if someone is planning to have the town hall soon. Doesn't seem like this. Yeah, nobody even tried to make it yet. I think that's why we don't have it here. Maybe the rules of their game were that you're not supposed to use it. I have no idea, to be honest. Okay, but we can also see that already some weapons produced. I don't really know why it's not here. Maybe the worker, yeah, the worker resources are definitely on this chart. So only, which makes sense actually. So you can see that current amount of iron is for most players pretty similar. I would like to say that Chara, Kamil, maybe someone else, let me see. Yeah, and Zamut are definitely on the lead here. Also Zepi and D-Day. Yeah, also pretty good. Mm. Abu Bakr and Kamil are the only ones with the horses so far. Can we see anything else? Anything interesting here? Mm. And nobody seems to be planning for the oh, but this is a nice statistic actually. We can actually see what I wanted to see right now. So maybe maybe there's some small base with we could see. We have Shatella and D-Day having a very low amount of serfs, but I think Shatella will have a pretty efficient base, and that's why. Yeah, this is a typical full style base. I gotta say that yeah, it's definitely working really well. It's a pretty nice idea to build like this. It's definitely easier to build like that with only 4, maybe 5 farms and small base, but it gives you really nice results for the peacetime army. Later on, not so well, but it's pretty nice, I guess. Sorry guys, I didn't even consider that the chat is in the same spot. Yeah, we really have the games in beta. Okay, I'm not sure how to fix this. Okay, I'll probably have to think about this a bit. Maybe I'll just resize the chat to the bottom. But thanks for telling me. Yeah, but there's not a lot of space that there will be left for the chat. Okay, I'll fix it later in that case. But anyway, I'll try to fix it on peacetime maybe. Okay, give me a second, maybe I'll do it now. Okay, yeah, this should be fine. Can do it a bit better. Okay, so thanks for the report. Anyway, just to get a quick overview of what's happening then. Maybe let's try to take a look at these bases again. Shatella and D-Day. He was also quite slow with the serves, but the base is not so big either, so it might be the fact that with small base you don't need so many serves. How well is it working? That means the business it could be a bit better, I guess. Mm. The bottom team is from Poland. Maybe let's take a look at all the players again. So yeah, Zamut has already about 30 iron units, so it's not too bad, and he's still making the ladder as well, so it's probably going to be pretty okay. Wopa, I think he's aiming for 25 iron units on peacetime and at least about 30 leather jackets, perhaps. Some horses. Egbert. Kind of. Seems like kind of similar stuff will happen in every single base here. I can't really say that we've got someone really better than the others. Although Abu Bakr's horses are pretty nice, and I think this may be the one of the bases to take a deep look at. I think he's gonna have something like 30, maybe 10 horses. It's possible, definitely, although, let me see, how many buildings does he have? He's got a bakery and one stables, 2 swine farms. Yeah, it's not the biggest base. Quite compact, as I said before. I think the roads, yeah, the roads seem pretty nice. Might have been a bit of a traffic jam right now here, but sometimes it happens. I can't really blame the roads for this one. Wait, let me just do something quick, because I don't want to... that's how it's working. Okay, anyway, looking at D-Day. I think it's not going to be that big army. A bit of a... maybe a bit of a problem with recruits as well. You can see Fetno is also not having too many of them. No leather yet. Yeah, it seems like he might have a bit of a struggle there. Might try to aim for about 40, 45 iron troops. Chara doesn't look that bad. I think he might be aiming for about 30 iron units on peacetime, the good kind of units. And he already has a lot of leather produced, so he only needs to get his weapons production up a bit. You can see with 2 tanneries and 4 swine farms, yeah, it's a play safe kind of base. With 4 swine farms, he doesn't have to care that much about food, I guess. But he also might have a meal. No? He does have a meal. I just... ah, there it is. Yeah, so it's a pretty safe base, although 8 farms, yeah, it should be fine. Doesn't go for the horses, so it should be a pretty good one for the longer game. We'll go back to the left side a bit later, but let's take a look at Shatella. Pretty nice leather jacket amount. I just hope he can catch up with his bows production. There's not a lot of time left. Like I said, pretty nice and compact base. Still seems like he's gonna be lacking a couple weapons, so could be a bit better. Bloody. There's barracks here. 40 weapons here, a bit low on their armors. But the base looks pretty... Yeah, the planning doesn't look too bad, I gotta say. Like, I think I started with his base, so I didn't really see what was happening a bit later on. So it's hard for me to say how it looked, but you can see right now it's really well planned. You can be sure that he was using a pre-build, or if it was not a pre-build, then it was definitely a good, some good planning here. Might have needed some shortcut here as well, but it doesn't seem to be that important because these buildings. Oh, by the way, where's his ladder production? Okay, I have no idea how he was building, but it seems like the mills were the first, built the first, and now he's doing something strange. Gonna trade something for corn, it seems. I really don't understand what's happening here. Let me hide this for a while, because this seems to be an interesting base. Seems like he went for mills and bakeries first, and then he... Whoa, double storehouse. Okay, I didn't notice this. Yeah, this is... I don't even want to call this a mistake. This is useless. This is just useless. I have no idea why he did that. And I really... It's a waste of space and resources. Especially that this one is in a good spot and there's not... doesn't seem to be any problem. Yeah, I have really no idea why he made this one. It's probably the first time on my stream I ever saw a double storehouse. Yeah. So this is pretty interesting, but... seems like these swine farms were just built, so they're kind of like late game swine farms. Anyway, let's try to pick up the pace because we've got one more player to cover, and this is a brilliant army. I gotta say, for this level, it's definitely the best. Coming with a lot of horses and quite nice army. This is probably the only army so far that could really play against TeamSpeak people. Against the best players out there. So let's take a look at the amount of weapons everyone's having. Maybe let's go to a bit more quiet area because we still got not a lot of time left. Starting with Zamut, 69 recruits, so it's nice. 47, yeah, not bad iron, I gotta say, really not bad, but he really lacks a lot of axes here. Wopa with 6 horses, not bad. Iron is cool. This is also cool. Yeah, pretty nice army from Wopa. Egbert with 4 horses, 37 bows, 25-ish. Yeah, not that bad iron. It's average, I'd say. ZP, exactly the same situation, but a bit low on bows and maybe swords as well. This is not a big deal, but yeah, okay. Also pretty average, but not too bad. Abu Bakr, 11 horses. Whoa, this is the MVP on the top. Lacking a few swords, I guess, compared to Kamil. It's pretty similar actually, yeah. Definitely similar to Kamil. D-Day, 35, 15. This is also a pretty nice army. And quickly through the ones at the bottom. Botfet, no. Definitely bad leather and okayish iron. Yeah, this is not so great. Chara, 40 leathers, only 16 bows. Yeah, this is also pretty strange. Okay, and my time is gone. Damn it. Okay, sorry, I was a bit too slow. But we'll be able to see the chat, thankfully. Seems like they're going for a peacetime break. You know what would be the killer feature if you would be able to see this stat also in the lobby? Now that would be something. Or something like combined stats. Yeah, I mean, usually people don't have enough time to go out of their barracks, so the pauses happen just before peacetime. So actually seeing this panel here could be good enough, something like this. But just a small thing. Anyway, from what I saw initially, I think the top is a bit better. When can we play this version on live server? Right now. On the top of my stream, on the top here, you can see a link to Discord channel. This is an invite to the official server of Knights Merchant Remake. And there on channel new versions, you can download this version, this beta version that they're playing. And then you can play it live with your friends, for example. Yeah, and shout out to Andrei, who is the main guy who is doing this new remake version since like 5 years or so. So welcome to the stream, and like I said, check out the Discord channel. There's quite a lot of people there passionate about KaM Remake as well. A lot of discussions, some new maps. So there's definitely a lot of stuff that you can check out there. And while we're here, I will probably also give a link to the Polish Discord. I think it's only interesting for those that speak Polish, because there's no English talk there. There's no English channels, so maybe I'll switch to the Polish language for a second. Na czacie za chwilę wkleję linka do społeczności Discorda, którą zarządza Kings Japan. Jest to miejsce, w którym można pograć właśnie tutaj z tą ekipą, z Kamilem Szatelą i innymi w remake'a. Zazwyczaj grają na wersji beta. Także chciałbym wszystkich Polaków, którzy są w miarę początkujący zwłaszcza, zaprosić. I have no idea what's happening here. Okej, Details Collection. Tak, więc za sekundę wkleję linka dla zainteresowanych i już wracam do języka angielskiego. Anyway, going back. Okay. But I already see some non-Polish people coming up here. Like I said, this is a link to the Polish community, so there's no English there at all. Not sure if these guys are interested in English people. Well, I mean, you can join if you want, but I'm not sure if you'll be really interested in this. Seems like there's some kind of problem. Seems to be okay. Okay, is this some sort of bug? Right, you know anything about this? Because I think we reported something like this, but we were unable to reproduce it properly. But it seems like it started. Okay, so there's no bug. Maybe it was just a little problem to download in the meantime. Okay, anyway, seems like everyone is getting out the troops, and we probably should take a look at the scouting period. You can see some interesting scouting tactics here. Or no scouting sometimes. I've I have some doubts about this. Seems like... It seems a bit to me that maybe the top team is a bit more experienced, but it's hard to say. At least they tried some scouting. Well, here you can see only Chara is the one that even tries to do this. This is really important to do it right away. So this is definitely a mistake on the bottom team's part. Although on such a huge map, maybe it's not going to be as important as it would be on the other maps. But you know, you can also try to just defend, and it's probably not going to be a big issue. Right now we've got 26 viewers on both Twitch and YouTube combined. Well, I'm also streaming to Steam, but probably nobody knows about this. Steam Community is really horrible platform for this. Really have no idea how to make a stream really visible on Steam. But I digress a bit. We can see the armies are slowly gathering in place. I'll try to take a look at, before there's some action, I'll take a quick look at the army power stats for the teams. Yeah, like I kind of expected, you can see that Osamil has the most problems with getting some troops out, it seems. And it seems like, except for Kamil, everyone out of the bottom team is in the lower half of the amount of troops. So it seems there's a massive advantage for the top side. They also have better scouts, I think. It's not great, but oh, wait a second, it's not that bad. I mean, if you want to defend, it's probably good. I'm afraid that Whoopa might try to go inside here, but you can see there's some not so bad towers from Fetnu. They might do the job. Seems like Zamud might be thinking about attacking here. Yeah, seems like Gosemi really doesn't have a lot of troops. No shooters. Interesting choice of army. If the top team attacks on the right side, I think it would be very hard for the bottom team to defend this. So their entire hope is that they're not going to be caught on the right, also in the middle, because I think this is a not so great spot to be fighting. Although this might be a good decision to catch this, because Abu Bakr is moving in a really horrible position and he's just going to lose all his souls probably. But I wouldn't catch with Kamil's horses Devour himself, although he's able to... Yeah, this was a good decision because he can defend himself, and yeah, they're gonna catch this as well. Really nice movement from the Polish team. And we'll see what Zamut does. He's really out of position, and the Polish team is seizing this opportunity to fight without one player from the top. It looks really good for the Polish team right now. They already killed every infantry and other horses of Abu Bakr. And they're fighting with Zepi here, who will also probably go lose them. But the problem is that the Dutch guys are breaking through here, and Zamut finally woke up. So this probably means that Fetnu is about to lose. This is going to be a pretty hard one to... Yeah, you can see that the Polish team doesn't have enough melee to fight like this. So normal... Yeah, but one nice thing is that D-Day is going to die here, 2 versus 1. However, I believe this is not going to be enough to make a big difference. Chara is kind of winning, but he'll have to go back very fast. And these troops really have to be fast to make a difference. But I think he should already be going here to try to help. I mean, it could be tricky because of these troops still. Okay, they have to regroup, probably have to camp a bit. It's a really bad situation because Fetnu and Kamil are far away from their infantry. They have to try to count on some reinforcements. Also, seems like Fetnu has some additional troops here he forgot about. I have no idea what's the plan of Shetel and Osemit, but they have to be fast about this, no matter what they try to do. And D-Day is likely going to attack them right away in the back, so they really have to go back, and they don't have enough time for this. I think that might be for the Polish team, but let's see what happens. They still have some chance because they have some troops on the bottom. They can't make these guys here too comfortable, and so far it doesn't look too bad. But it might start looking very bad soon. They really should go like here. They should just go back. I think this is walkable area, so they should be able to go from left to the right if needed. Okay, seems like the Dutch guys are going back a bit, giving a bit of space to the Polish guys. I don't really understand why, because they could easily win this. There's no surprises happening. Nope. I think they're kind of trying to be gentle or gentleman. So let's take a look, a quick look at the army power charts. Somehow there's not a big difference here. It was pretty close in the fight though, but I think it's because the right side of the Polish team was pretty active on the right here. They killed D-Day's troops, but the problem was that this means losing a lot of advantage in the middle. Maybe it would be beneficial, more beneficial for them to move to the left and try to make a consolidated attack here. If someone helped in this area when Kamil had a bit of a problem, it might have meant that the Polish team could break through and kill these bowmen from the top side. So I think this might have been a mistake. Anyway, it seems like we've got some camping period right now. Seems like Bloody is trying to scout a bit. This is a pretty good idea. As you can see, it seems like the top team is going to try to attack from the right side. But I think this is a mistake. They opened up the left, and I think the bottom team has seen enough to figure out what will happen next. But yeah, the bottom was not fast enough to attack this. They might have tried to attack I think it could be a good idea. But now, the right side probably doesn't have enough stuff to defend on the on here, so it would be very hard to make a difference here. Yeah, they're fighting on the left, and it could be a nice idea if not for the fact that, oh, look at this, Zamut's troops. Oh, this is going to be a really bad fight for the bottom team. Yeah, and it doesn't look better here. Although right now the bottom is somehow winning. There's way too many troops here. Okay, somehow this is going to look good for the Polish team. At least on the right side, because the left is pretty bad. There's no melee to stop this. They will probably eventually stop it, but I really don't understand how Shatela was able to kill so many bows. The Dutch guys really didn't defend themselves here. But as you can see, it wasn't enough. We killed a lot, but there's still a lot to be killed, and even if Shatela probably has the most kills from all the players right now, seems like it's too little too late. KaM will try to do something here, and somehow they won on the left side. I have no idea how this happened. They had a lot of shooters there, that's for sure, but yeah, I think Shatela should stop going back and try to shoot this, but yeah, as you can see, the difference between the teams is a bit smaller right now, I believe. Yeah, just look at that. It was quite a big difference, and now it's quite close. The bottom team probably needs to make some reinforcements and might start look better. Let me see the warfare stuff. It's hard to say. Is there a category for instantaneous? You can still see that the Polish guys killed a lot more. Somehow. We can see the warfare stuff. Yeah, there was a point when the both teams were producing a similar amount, but it went off after a while with the Polish team staying a bit behind. This would definitely be a tough fight for the Polish team. Huh. I think this might be the first game on this map I see that there's back and forth kind of battles, you know? But somehow I start to believe after seeing this game and after the last game I saw on this map that it's somehow working right with 6 versus 6 finally actually making some sense. I wasn't much of a believer in 6 versus 6 games, but somehow it seems like it's possible to have some balanced fights, and it's a bit harder to have instant GG than in 4 versus 4 games, and this is definitely a nice thing. With so many players, it's and you know a lot more area for fighting and a lot more troops. It seems to be a bit easier to make a balanced battle, you know? I think nobody even tried to use the Town Hall Hunter, you know? Maybe it's some kind of agreement between the teams. But I am not sure. Maybe someone knows more about it. in a way. Right now, it seems like both teams have pretty much equal chance, at least looking at this. Let's make a quick look at the army power. It seems more or less similar. It's not a big deal. From what I saw until now, I think that the top team has a bit better army, but the bottom team has a bit better tactics. I think this Camille guy is likely a good general, or whoever is coordinating their tactics, but in every single good movement of the bottom team, you could see Camille doing something, probably along with Shatella, or maybe it was Chiara. I'm not sure right now who was fighting here with him on this front before. Anyway, you can see there's a bit of a shootout here. And Egbert should really not try to send his militia, because militia against bowmen, if it's not storming, it's completely useless. If it's storming, it's only a bit less useless than that. So I have no idea what he's doing here right now. Trying to dance with militia, that's the first. That's the first time I've seen this. But I'm not sure this is a good idea. We can also see some shootouts on the left side. I don't think Fetnu is doing the right thing here. He's trying to micro with crossbowmen, and he's not even trying to go back with these shooters. And pikemen make for really poor dancers, so you know, it's probably. Actually, it's a shame that Kamil doesn't try to use his bows here, because he's got a lot of them. And he's got horses as well. He could really make some horse dance there. Okay, it seems like the bottom team started outproducing the top. This is pretty interesting. Maybe the top didn't train their troops in a while. Perhaps they have some gold problems? Yeah, I have no idea what's happening here. Okay, I suppose you tried to tag me. Unless I don't see some stuff in the chat, because that's also possible. So yeah, while we're waiting, I could show you the interpolated render feature. You can see that's how it works in... oh yeah, that was to me, exactly. That's how it works without it. So just like in normal remake version, and I'm not sure if this is visible on stream, but you can see the movements are way more fluent with this interpolation. So this is definitely one of nicer graphical features. And by the way, maybe it's a good idea to actually include this one in the options instead of F11 menu, and maybe turn it on by default. I think that's something that should be done. I don't know. So far I've met only one person who really didn't like the interpreted render, but everyone else was like, "Whoa!" So I think this could be turned on by default, or at least. At least there should be an option in the settings. Anyway, we've got Bloody storming with his militia here. This is actually a nice way to attack here, I think. Zamut is already almost without troops, but Wupa is making some headway along the middle here. So Fetnu has to go back a lot, but I still think the Polish team will get out from here. The right should definitely attack here or maybe go to the left, but it seems like the Polish team will kill a lot of troops on the left side. Łupa, Egbert and Zamut will be dead. This was a mistake going through this bridge, I guess. Egbert has a lot of shooters left, but if Kamil would just storm onto them, it would probably be their end, but it seems like he doesn't do that yet. Let's switch to the right side because I believe there's gonna be an interesting fight there, and here on the left it's more or less done deal, although there's some reinforcements from the top which will definitely try to change the course of what happens here. So let's try to keep one eye on the left. Seems like Shetela lost a lot of troops, but there's also Osemi doing a really good job here, and Dite is likely sleeping. So yeah, Abu Bakr's army is completely gone. Only a couple of knights are left here. Osemi is catching here, and the left side, the left part of the bottom team of the Polish team is advancing, and it seems like the top almost lost all of their soldiers. Only D-Day is still hanging on, but not for much longer, I believe. Osemid should definitely try to attack them soon enough though, because Abu Bakr still has some reinforcements. I have no idea why he doesn't do this. He should do it right now when he catches the pikes, come on. The problem is he doesn't have shooters around, so he should have been way faster with this. Now this is a mistake, and he's gonna lose these horses most likely because he caught all of the pikes here. So if I was himself, I would probably go back with this. So Abu Bakr and D-Day will still be able to try and save their teammates. The Dutch team is still not done losing this yet. But the odds are heavily onto their Polish side right now. You can see there's some troops, some more troops for the bottom team. Yeah, guys, I mean, like I said before, this is on average the skill in this game should be lower than normal TeamSpeak games. At least the Polish guys here are playing since a couple months, I believe, with this organized group. And they're kind of trying to learn the peacetime 60, but they're still not that great about it. But I still think they made a lot of progress, especially recently. You could see their armies were already pretty nice. It's almost the level of being able to play with TeamSpeak guys already. And the fights can still leave a lot to be desired, indeed. Although still, it seems like they might be a bit better than the top guys here, because while it seemed like the top Dutch team had a bit better armies throughout the game, the fighting skills are a bit better for the Polish side. So seems like Chala is trying to keep D-Day and Abu Bakr in bay here, while the rest of the players will try to invade on the left side. I think the mistake of the Polish players here is that they're waiting for a very long time to attack. You should have gone straight away to try and attack the enemy, because right now it might be a bit too late. Still, the fact that they're attacking on the far left side might help them a bit. But Chara will definitely have to go back now, and Shatela is about to help him, probably along with Osemir. Osemir seems to be doing his own thing. He might go for D-Day's base, so it's going to be interesting stuff happening on 3 fronts at the same time. 6 player maps are gonna be tough to comment on. That's why it's a bit of a shame I didn't get a second commentator for today. But honestly, with what happens here, I think two screens would be better. I might do that one day, trying to have two screens in one. Maybe that's just a bit too much for now. Okay, seems like the Polish guys are realizing that it's going to be too hard to attack this. There's loads of towers here. Might be a bit better to try to destroy all of their armies first. They're not going to risk getting attacked on the bottom. I think it might be a very long game. Okay. Seems like I said before, Osamir decided to invade D-Day's base, but I think well, he definitely wasn't fast enough to attack his barracks and destroy them. And he should have split these troops definitely to try and kill some Serbs at least. Seems like it didn't work too well. So we're probably going to be back in the middle now. Get back. Open up the window just so we can take a look at the pings. I mean, it doesn't feel like that we're having some network issues, but it's hard to say anything more about it. Kamil seems to have not the greatest PC though. You can see his FPS amount is pretty bad. Okay, somehow it seems like the Polish team started going up with the amount of troops they have. Seems like Chara is along with Kamil. Also Bloody. Yeah, also Shetela going almost from the bottom, and Osemir a bit. They likely fixed some problems with their bases or maybe made them a lot bigger. Yeah, look at Kamil's base. Using every single piece of land that he could. Pretty big base, I gotta say. Let me see his stats while we look at the fighting field, because there might be some action soon. Optically, it seems like the top team has more, but yeah, seems like the black player, yeah, he's still waiting for his reinforcements. He has a lot of stuff in the barracks because he seems to be lacking enough wood to actually, maybe it's not the wood. That's the problem. I mean, it should be fine. He could make one more weapon workshop, but that's about it. Maybe he's recovering from some past problems. Can see some shootout from Kamil and Chara here. Okay, Chara is storming. This is going to be interesting. Might actually not be the worst idea because they don't have a lot of army here, and for some reason Abu Bakr is going out there. I think this is a big mistake. These two players can just go back as much as they want and wait for the left side to win the fight, which will definitely happen. As you can see, these armies are already dead. And now they can focus on the left side and just kill them. I don't know why Shetel and Osemir are not going back yet, but maybe their plan is just to lose this. Seems like they're going back now. It seems like KaM is attacking Wopa now. I think they should be a bit more aggressive with their bows and their armies. Yeah, exactly. I would just walk in with the bows or just go back or something like this. But it doesn't matter much because you can see that Zamut and Wopa and also Zeppi's troops are pretty much dead. So let's take a look to focus on the right side. I think Shetel and Osemir were doing a pretty great thing today regarding the fight. So yeah, it seems like the top team is surrendering, and yeah, it seems like the Polish team has a massive army left on the left side. And Osamir with Shetel are also doing a pretty great job. I mean, they're gonna definitely lose this battle, but I think they're gonna have a lot of kills. I really have to see the stats soon. Shetel and Osamir seem to be really good fighters, I gotta say. They were always fighting against much bigger foes, and always they achieved what they wanted. They didn't lose too much, and they had quite some kills, and you can see they occupied 50 players this time. Yeah, it's a pretty good job, well done on the account of Polish team, because there was quite a massive advantage especially at peacetime for the top team, but the top team was not good enough in fight, I guess, to capitalize on that. I think a lot of credit goes to the left side. The guys on the left side did a really good job in the fights, quite active whenever they had an opportunity to do something. Doesn't seem like they're going to pursue the right side here. I don't think they would stand much of a chance because probably the reinforcements alone could kill this off, but they should at least try, I guess. But yeah, it seems like everyone's quitting, so okay. Okay, so well done. I think it's good time to see the stats. So as you could see, as I was talking before, the top team had way better army on the at the start on peacetime, and the first two fights were looking pretty great for them. But at some point of time, the bottom team started to have a bit better, a bit better army. They had a bit of luck here when they managed to cut down these troops of the top team in a good fight. And after that, it seems like they had pretty similar or maybe slightly better tempo of producing the troops. And they didn't give away their advantage until the end. I'm wondering if there were some problems with food, for example. I can only see the bottom team, so I have no idea what happened. Probably the fighting skills prevailed a bit on the for the bottom team. You can see an insane amount of weapons produced by Kamil and Zamut. So it's kind of what I expected before this game, because Zamut was the only guy I knew from this team, and Kamil was I knew it. He was the best guy in the bottom team, so it's kind of expected. I gotta say that I really loved Chatelas and Ozimid's fighting skills on the right side. I was pretty impressed with it. We could also say a lot of nice words about pretty much the entire team of the Dutch guys when it goes to their armies, especially maybe Zamut and Abu Bakr. I think there was one more guy with a pretty good army on peacetime, but I forgot right now which one of them was that. Maybe I'll try to freshen up my memory. Whoopa is also pretty close. Where they were all pretty close to each other. But you can also see like this. Yeah, pretty similar armies, I'd say. And this is also interesting to see. Total equipped. Most powerful, definitely Zamut and Kamil, followed by Whoopa and Abu Bakr, and then Shatela. When it comes to economy, seems like the biggest base definitely goes for Kamil, and Whoopa was the second. Zamut the third. Smallest base goes to Shatela, just like I expected. His base was kind of full style, was the smallest one, but it was still pretty efficient. You can see that his army power chart is on the top half. So even with such a small base, he was really efficient here. So good job for him. What else could we see here? Maybe the horses amount. We can see a lot from Abu Bakr and Kamil, and then Whoopa and Egbert. And definitely the top team had a lot more horses, but somehow it didn't help them that much, which is a surprise because it's quite a big map, so horses are usually helping a lot here. Yeah, anyway, that's almost it. So yeah, we're after this nice 6 versus 6 game, and I think that's probably the end of my stream. It was quite long, I guess, and as you can see, the beta version works perfect, just like King Japan said. So yeah, I guess we are waiting for the new version, which will happen sooner or later. I'm hoping this year is definitely possible, and I'm hoping that we can see more games played here in the near future. So yeah, thanks to all you guys watching here, and thanks to the Dutch and Polish teams for organizing such an interesting game. And like I said before, it's a really nice thing that we have these little communities. I'm not inside the Dutch part here, not inside their Discord or wherever they try to gather for games or something like that, but I know the Polish part is growing pretty nicely. We've got some people who make tutorials. We've got some programmers, we've got some map makers there, so it's all looking really nicely. A bit of a renaissance for the Knights Merchants community, and I'm pretty sure that we'll still hear a lot about these guys in the future. So hopefully, when we make another tournament, probably at the beginning of the next year, as usual, then we'll have some teams from their community as well, from both these Dutch and Polish communities. It's really nice for me as a streamer to see Knights and Merchants community growing. So let's hope it continues. Yeah, thanks to all you guys watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.